We have breaking news that Donald Trump has just said on Air Force One that he is banning TikTok from the United States. This is something that people have joked about, have speculated about, saying, gee, might Donald Trump ban TikTok from the USA? And apparently what he said was he's going to use emergency powers, whatever he can, through executive orders as president to effectively ban TikTok from the US. Basically what he said was, as far as TikTok is concerned, we're banning them from the United States. That's what he told people just a few minutes ago on Air Force One. Now, the reality is it's likely more complicated than what Trump is suggesting. Is a ban going to be temporary? Does he really have the power to permanently ban an entire social media platform from a country? Or does such a thing require, at least in the medium term, congressional approval? Does he really need the Senate and the House to come on board? What about the technological realities of borders in the 21st century? As we realize, he might be able to do a lot to limit access to TikTok, but we have to be clear, with VPNs and those sorts of things, fully blocking TikTok from the USA is likely easier said than done, especially on short notice. So this might be more bluster than actual effect when it comes to limiting teenagers and young people's access to one of their new favorite social media platforms, especially given that most of them don't like Trump. And now TikTok is going to be seen as a locus, as a nexus point of resistance to Trump even more than before. We have to remember, guys, that TikTok sort of became famous, at least beyond youth culture, for how they embarrassed Donald Trump in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We remember this. Tulsa, Oklahoma was going to be Trump's first rally after the shutdown. The shutdown happened, traditional political campaigning from Trump and Biden and, Bernie before he exited the primary, that had to all stop. It had to all stop. You couldn't have big rallies anymore. And then Tulsa was going to be Trump's big return. And he boasted about a massive crowd, about having a crowd so big they needed a overflow arena space outdoors to fit all the people. And what ended up happening was that TikTok teens and K-pop stans via TikTok, also Twitter, but primarily TikTok, organized to order fake tickets, to order extra tickets. People in England, people in Canada, people in Australia, people in New Zealand, people all over ordered tickets they never planned to use, using fake US addresses in some cases, to inflate the potential attendance of this event with the goal of raising Trump and his campaign's expectations, only to have them crash down when the event actually happened. And it worked. It worked. Trump's event was massively underattended based on expectations. Again, Trump touted repeatedly 1 million people interested, and the K-pop stans and the TikTok teens owned him. And honestly, Trump can say this is about China, this is about data security. I don't actually buy it. Even if those things have validity, and I'm not a tech expert, I'm really not. Even if they do, for Trump, this is about ego. 100%. He knows that on Facebook, there's a lot of momentum for conservative voices. The top videos every day are from conservative sources. Daily Caller, Ben Shapiro, Trump's own videos. They do very well on Facebook. On Twitter, it's more divided, but Trump has a large audience. Whereas on TikTok, the young people are organizing overwhelmingly against Donald Trump. And he knows that TikTok is going to be a tool for youth engagement against him. Again, I don't know if TikTok has any ulterior motives regarding data on the US scene. I do know that all social media companies use data to enrich themselves and increase their power. But what I do know is Trump sees no electoral advantage for TikTok operating in the USA. He sees it as an overwhelmingly progressive and youth-oriented space, and that's why he's trying his best to shut it down. This is the sort of thing that conservatives would absolutely be decrying if a quote-unquote liberal president did it. If they were shutting down a social media platform where conservatives, were say the core conservative demographics, were organizing and winning voices and generating real momentum and trolling the presidential campaigns of Democratic leaders. But because this is TikTok, and TikTok in the American context is largely, not exclusively of course, but largely full of young anti-Trump voices, he's banning it out of spite. This isn't about patriotism. This isn't about national security. This isn't about ensuring that Americans and their data are safe. This is about Trump's ego being hurt, and yet another attempt for Donald Trump, in a way that is at least immoral, if not illegal, to ban a method of communication that goes against him. This shows, yet again, Donald Trump is absolutely flailing right now, and these are the actions of a loser, 100%.